I have been told that these Swedish cities are impossible to pronounce. Even to Swedish, apparently it's not that easy.
Really?
But Suji with her perfect Stockholm accent and me with my Scanian potato Danish accent, I think I'm going to be fine. It's according to you that this is my accent, by the way, okay? Because I'm French-Canadian, but I have never been to Europe. Born and raised in Canada, living in Thailand. So, yes. By Say It in Swedish YouTube channel. Let's
Hey
get
allihopa,
started.
hi everyone and welcome back
And at
to
the
another
end of this
episode
video-
Say It in Swedish. I'm your host, Joachim, and today we're
At
gonna
the end
take
of
a
this
look at
video, I
something
will
pretty
put our
interesting
language,
because
Swedish language
normally
playlist.
you don't really learn about this
You'll
stuff
see your progression.
in school or in a language course, and that is the pronunciation of certain toponyms, which means the pronunciation of names of regions and cities and places, basically, and so on. And we have a few in Swedish that we spell we spell them, well, some are spelled weird and some are pronounced weird, so you as a learner, you wouldn't really understand how to say them, I guess. So that's why I'm making this video. We're gonna go through a few of these names and you're gonna learn how to spell and how to pronounce them. This first one is a real classic among these names because I think this is the city that has
Easy. Kristianstad. Or Kristianstad. What about you?
Is this to be? Yeah. Kristianstad.
the
See?
most messed up
Easy.
pronunciation of them all in terms of spelling, because if you pronounce it as it's spelled, you would assume it's Kristianstad, and that is also the name that makes sense. It's Christian's city, Kristianstad.
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 But we pronounce this Kristianstad, and I guess it's due to
What? Wait. He did not... Is the video delay again?
we pronounce this Kristianstad.
Kristianstad? What? Okay, I there's no universe in which I will be able to pronounce this, guys. Wait.
But we pronounce this Kristianstad.
Where's the
And I
Quan
guess it's
come
due
from?
to dialects that pronounce this.
She is her only hope. I cannot do this.
Wait, he just said Kristianstad. He just did not
Kristianstad.
use
Wait.
them.
And I guess
Wait.
we pronounce this Kristianstad.
Yeah, just Kristianstad. But the thing is that where's the Quan come from?
Maybe the STI is like quant.
And I guess
It sounds Chinese. I don't know what's going on.
it's due to dialects and so on, and this is the pronunciation that got spread throughout the country. So this is the real pronunciation. No one says Kristianstad, but we spell it like this because that's the name.
I will not
It's
remember this.
Yeah.
You will.
But the pronunciation is Kristianstad, with that very
Kristianstad.
nice
Yeah, but Kristianstad is. There's something after the D also that he pronounced.
Wait, is Qua or Twa?
You know more than me.
Can you do it again?
Oh, let me.
but the pronunciation is Kristianstad.
Yeah, it's still with a Q, right? Quan.
It sounds Korean. I don't know. I cannot
That
do it.
Very nice
Oh my god, this is just the
sound
first word.
that you all love to hate. And then we have this second one, which has a little bit of an unexpected spelling.
Oh no.
Yes, Växjö is spelled
Växjö.
Wait. We
with
don't
an
remember
X
already.
in the middle, although it's a compound. The second part means lake, sjö, with that nice
Sjö.
little sound again. And S and J in sjö make up that sound. We spell that sound in several different ways, and in this case we spell it with S and J. But someone thought it would be cool to replace K and S with an X, which is totally fine because we pronounce K and S, X, like X. Like normally you would pronounce an X like that. X. But in this case, that J and S make out that sound. So it doesn't really make sense in this case. So you wouldn't expect this city to be pronounced in this way. Maybe you would expect it to be pronounced Växjö. But
No,
that would
even
be
this
a
one,
weird
no.
city name, I guess. Then we have
Wait, what? How does it pronounce again?
Yeah.
or S would be case sound S sjö in the middle. Yes, Växjö is
Växjö.
spelled with an X in the
Växjö.
middle, although
I think it's more Växjö,
Växjö.
right?
Växjö.
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 Växjö. It's what quoi? One is like a Växjö.
Is
Oh my
spelled
God.
and totally like that. So you wouldn't expect it to be pronounced Växjö. Which
Växjö.
then we have the second largest city of Sweden, which
Oh, Gothenburg. Gotebburg, but it's Gothenburg, but it's not how to pronounce it. People told me to come in.
is Gothenburg in English.
It's how to pronounce again that O.
I don't remember.
Gaute. Oh man, I know. Someone told me.
But in Swedish, it's Göteborg. We have
No, I don't. Göteborg? What?
but in Swedish, it's Göteborg.
Göteborg.
Göteborg?
Göt-
Göteborg?
Göteborg.
Where?
Göteborg.
We have no G sound there. It's not.
It's like a Y.
or good,
Göteborg.
No G sound in the beginning, and now G sound in the end or at the end.
Okay.
Those are both soft. They are Y sounds. So Göteborg.
Is it happen all the time?
Göteborg. I think so. Göteborg.
So the G divide?
I guess.
Oh.
Although the last G is not the same pronunciation as the first G that we just said it.
Yeah, in front of
Because he doesn't say Göteborg. He say Göteborg. So the first and the last Y, it's not the same.
Yeah, but it's normal, like in English. The last one, Li, is gonna be Li too. Yot is gonna be Yot too. If it's like Yoteb.
Oh, you mean it
in
with
front
English
of
and then a
an-
word? I guess so, yeah.
G is usually softened into a Y sound. Göteborg! And then we have a name of a landskap. And a landskap
Göteborg.
is a historic region in Sweden. We don't use these
Oh,
words
landskap, yeah, the
administratively.
city.
Weird word, I don't know if you say that, but you get the point. We use these regions casually. I think there are also signs that say like if you arrive in one of these regions, you will see a sign, but that's about it. You will hear them in weather reports, or if you say, I went to this and this region for vacation, for instance, but that's about it. They don't have another function. And the one I want to talk to you about is Södermanland, where I also grew up. And Stockholm is divided between
Södermanland. Easy.
Södermanland.
Unless they have another pronunciation.
Södermanland and Uppland.
Södermanland.
Södermanland also has an
Södermanland.
alternative pronunciation, which is Sörmland. And that's
Södermanland.
why
Sommenland. Yeah, that's the Sommenland. You skipped a lot of
that's
letters.
because D and E get dropped. It's completely
Sommerland.
normal that D
Yeah.
and E get dropped in Swedish. We have a bunch of examples for that. For instance, we have the word moder, which
Moder.
is mother. Right? You can see that it's the same
Moder.
word.
So you say
Moder,
more?
Mother. The word is pretty dated
Sometime.
today. We have the D and E dropped, and then we get the second level of dated or like mor is a
Mor.
word that's used today, not as much as mamma, but you can find it in compounds like
Mor.
Morsdag, Mother's Day, and in morfar, mormor, which means granddad, and grandma, and so on. You will find the word in compounds, and some people might even say mor, but it's very infrequent
I'm gonna use the
to
word
say
mumu.
moder. We have a few set phrases with moder in them, but normally you would say mamma when you're talking about someone's mother or your own mother. Some people might say mor still, but mostly we have those in compounds and so on. Then we have Karlstad, which if it weren't the name of a city, you would probably say Karlstad, which means
Karlstad,
the city of Karl or Karl. And the first thing I want to say here is that R and L usually in Swedish get merged into a retroflex consonant that sounds like Karl. So the tongue, the tip of your tongue, flexes back,
Cold.
and you get one sound.
Cold.
And this is not the case for some dialects, most of them. So this is kind of considered standard pronunciation. And then we have stad, which is city in Swedish, but in most city names you would pronounce it as sta. So in this case we have Karlstad, the city of or town. I mean, Sweden mostly has small towns, not really large cities, but you get the point. The city or town of Vadstena is usually spelled and pronounced by a lot of Swedes as Vadstena.
Vadstena. So they added I between the E and the N. Vadstena.
But the regional variant, and thus really also the correct variant, because if you live in the city and you pronounce it as Vadstena, that's really the correct pronunciation. But a lot of
Vadstena, it's like the English we're pronouncing it, right? Like Vadstena. All else we pronounce it Vadstena. Vadstena.
People and a lot of Swedes say Vadstena because they don't know better. But now you do, so you can really impress someone from Vadstena if you pronounce this correctly.
Vadstena.
And now we are getting to a few fun bonus names. And we have two landskap again, Västergötland and Östergötland. And they are kind of okay, like in terms of pronunciation. We have that soft G there and so on, but it's pretty straightforward. But if we make them into adjectives, if we want to talk about the dialect, if we want to talk about the origin of something, we have västgötskt and östgötskt.
What?
We have västgötskt.
Växjö?
And östgötskt.
Östgötskt. It's like a duck. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what to do with these.
You wouldn't expect that, would you? So S and T, they become very nice, because I know how much you love this sound.
I don't like this sound.
Yeah, and then you have the sound at the end, which is also very nice. But if we talk about the dialect, if we are talking about the dialect, we say östgötska. Västgötska. So it's not that hard to say. But I mean, this stuff, I don't imagine you learn this stuff in a language course. So I think this is really something that you could use to step up your game a little bit, impress someone, and so on. And the last thing I want to say is that we have a few cities, Umeå, Luleå, Skellefteå, and these are pronounced like this. But, I mean, you have the SK in Skellefteå, which also produce that sound very nice. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. The people of these cities and the people of Norrland, the northern people, they say Ume, Luleå, and Skellefteå. Something like that. I'm not
Lume, Pite,
yeah, so you have
Ume,
Skellefteå.
Skellefteå.
I think it's a retroflex sound instead of that sound, and you don't have that o sound at the end. So Ume, not Umeå.
Umeå.
Luleå, not Luleå. And
Luleå.
Skellefteå, and not
Skellefteå.
Skellefteå. If you're from
Skellefteå.
Norrland, I'm sorry if you don't like my pronunciation. I did my best, and I just want to educate these people, so that they can pronounce your cities. All right, everyone. I hope that you learned something. I think some of these...
we learned something, and I will forget 90%.
Yes, I already.
This is hard.
Yes, like what?
This is hard.
Why did mixing together and everything had changed? Like, what is the formula? Like,
Well,
you need to remember.
When we react to different video about Sweden, people in Sweden have different accent in the video, right?
Yes.
So I guess they just speak in their like with their pronunciation that they're from. That I cannot tell, but some of these are very difficult.
Yes.
The first one at the beginning was the
OMG.
toughest. Then it is fine. So it's a hard video, but if there's more video about Swedish language that we should react to, please let us know in the comment below. Yes, and see you very soon.